Now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hi all, Ron here at AbleSys. Welcome to the webinar. We'll go over the signals from today and recently, and glad to help and answer any questions. And it's certainly been a really good week. Intraday trading has been really good this week, and it's really been good the whole for quite a while now, quite a few months. It's really been on a big time tear. So that's been great. Market's certainly been in an uptrend. That helps. But then again, not so much for the intraday. I shouldn't say that, but it helps greatly for the daily and weekly charts. But we don't think about it. We don't trade our emotions. We don't look at outside noise or indicators or news or anything. We just strictly trade the AbleTrend charts. It's got that long history of working well and keeping everything very low risk, which is what's most important to us. And of course, the no trade zones they're just great to keep us out of trouble. And they'll certainly be losing trades too. I'll guarantee you that for sure. No perfect system, but I think you really like what you see here. Boy, it's really been extremely profitable. So this I took off of Wintick, AME, which is a daily, weekly chart. This is for longer term stock trading, because AbleTrend works just as well for stocks as it does for futures. It works the same for everything. So we got a brand new buy signal in here, blue bar, blue dot, which is the daily dot. These daily dots block or stop the prices from going lower. And then we've got the blue X, which means on the weekly chart, we're in an uptrend. And we have support under the price. So we're always looking for the first time you get a blue bar, a blue dot, and a blue X. Now the X doesn't have to be right underneath the chart, because it only comes in once a week. So it's not gonna be under every price bar. A dot will be either above or below every price bar, red or blue, but an X comes in once a week. Like here, if you had AbleTrend a couple of months ago, there was the buy signal on AME at 92 was the price. And we took that all the way up to about 98. So that worked out very nice. And we'll see what happens here. Price close today at 101 and change. And your stop loss would go just a few pennies under the small blue dot. So let's say at 98 is our stop. We'd be long at 101.44. Very little bit of risk, about 3% of risk, which is a low risk trade for a long-term position trade. And we'll see what happens. That TAL stock that we looked at last week, looking real good too. So far, it's up quite nicely. Oh, hi, James. James is saying hi. And Nick say this AME trade, if it dropped tomorrow, may remain. Yeah, it would remain on the buy as long as you still have the whole key with AbleTrend, you need to be above the small blue dots. Yep, you've got to be above the small blue dots. Now, if you're in it already, well, then you just obviously stay in it until it hits your stop loss. Nick's saying, if it dropped tomorrow, it may not remain on the weekly buy signal and go back to a sell. What do you do then? Hold it or sell it? Well, we're looking at the daily here, and the daily, weekly, if it tomorrow being Friday, we would look at the end of the day. If it looks good toward the end of the day, I always like to trade mostly toward the end of the day, because at once, tomorrow at 4 o'clock New York time, well, that's the end of the week. So still have the blue X there, and it hasn't dropped much. Then it's not going to turn. It's going to stay, because that once the bars close, would be final. It would never ever change again. Wasn't that a stop out on 1129? If you used, that would be a stop out right there, and you'd be right back in again at the same price, basically, a couple pennies higher, right? Very next day, triple confirmation. So right back in again. Some people use the close under a support dot. Some people use the close under a support dot, which is fine, but I like to just put the automatic stop in, depending on how closely you watch it. And then right back again next day, very next day, you're pretty much in about the same price, couple cents higher. It can't convert back, Nick, if the price stays the same. So you'll be fine there. And then again, at 4, that's why I say if you wait till, I personally make my trades right before the close. So long-term trade. So if you did it at 3:45, right before 15 minutes before the market close, the price is basically the same, and your blue dot is there. You're safe. You're good to go. Keep it simple. Yeah, Stephen, I'm going to do the NQ because this is what everybody likes. This is what our favorite is. And this is what I'm consistent doing for 15 years because it's by far the smoothest market to trade versus every other intraday market. So, of course, we always want to make it as easy as possible. Yes, exactly, Nick. Just wait till the end of the day. You'll be fine. Okay. Wow, lots of questions here. I didn't even get started. Okay, Bill saying today at the buy signal, if you put a stop 1 point below the bar, you would have been stopped out. When we have re-entered on a sweet spot. Okay, let's take a look at that. I always like to confirm, like I always like when a 3-9 chart and a 1-2-3 chart are in unison. Now, boy, that just really makes it sweet. That just gives it more of a push. 10, 16. Yeah, here we go. 10-16. Yeah, that was a good one right there. That worked out nice. So 10-16. Yeah, you're in at about 85. So yeah, we would put the stop just a little bit below the bottom of that first bar. And once the dots come in, like right over here, then the stop goes, at the previous lower small blue dot. So it doesn't look like we were ever stopped out. However, let's just, worst case scenario, if you did, you just get right back in on the sweet spot, which here's the sweet spot. There's a sweet spot. Wow, you have a whole bunch of sweet spots. The prices came right back down to the blue dot, went from green back to blue. There, sweet spot, sweet spot, sweet spot. You got 5 or 6 of them. Another one here, another one there. Yeah, so that, and then of course, they're off to the races. And, that was a big winning trade right in here. That one worked out great. So hope that helps. Let's see. We just now the sweet spots just have to be confirmed by the tick chart because the tick chart is a much faster chart. So the tick already has to be long for you to enter. So right in here is right where the area where we're talking. It looks like, yeah, right in this area, right in here, Bill. Looks like this was the area we're talking. So the tick chart would be finally long at 1041. So yeah, this is your perfect sweet spot. Yep, right there at 1041. You're long at 89. There's your 2 green after a nice little profit. So then you're out at 10. So yeah, that was a good one. It was like 11 points. So yeah, it's a little over $200. We'll call it 200. I always like to say a little lower. 200 ticks, Stephen. Yes. Oh yeah, you're welcome, Bill. Good job. Yeah, you just want to go to the previous lower blue, but that's perfect. I mean, makes sense if you did get stopped out there because again, use the dots as your protection. Once you get this nice wall of dots here, you never want to put your stop on the dot or any closer. You always want to have it just a little bit under there. Look over here how the price hits the blue dot. The price comes down, hits the blue dot, stops, bounces off of it, goes higher. Does it again there, bounces off of it, goes higher. Does it again twice there, bounces off of it, goes higher. We started that wall of dots like 20 minutes before that even happened. So that's the beauty of these dots. They tell you where there's support protection under the price. So let's use that to our advantage and put your stop a little below that if you can. I mean, if the price is way far away from those dots, I use 10 points. If it's more than 10 points away, yeah, then you put your stop just on the the bottom of that first blue bar. But use the dots to the advantage because it's a nice protective wall between the price and your stop loss. This way we don't get stopped out so easily. So that worked out. That's pretty cool. First trade of the day actually was at the open, but of course, we're not going to take this big long bar there. I mean, that's like a 25-point bar, and we certainly don't want to touch that. So, but the second bar, that would be okay, and started to go up nicely there. So in at about 71, there's two greens. 83, yeah, that's 12 points. Yeah, we'll take that. So we get stopped out because we put the stop 1 point below the bottom of the two green bars. Now, we wouldn't do it at these two green bars or these two because we weren't in profit. It was about break even. But we're in profit a good 10, 10 or more points. And at this point right here, we're in profit about 12 points. So let's just call it 10. Let's even make the gain a little less. Now you got slippage, you got commissions, and nobody's going to get in and out exactly perfect on all of these trades, and that's impossible. You just want to, pick up most of the profit here. No, not going to, nail it perfect. That's for sure. Yeah, but that one would have worked out right. So trade there would have worked out nice there because it's 12 points. 12 points at $20 a point is 240. So let's just call it 10 points, 200, for each contract. So if that's just for one contract. And if that's too much risk, or you're just starting out, or you're new to trading, trade the micro lots. You can trade now your commissions are going to be a little bit more, but if you traded 5 micro lots, that's only $10 a point. Trade 3 in micro lots, it's only $6 a point. If you're just getting started and you want to sort of practice with it, yet have a little bit of money in the game, but not obviously have to stress out too much. Another triple confirmation trade right there. Made a couple of points on that trade because there's your previous low blue dot. So we're stopped out on the green bar. So let's call it break even. But here's the beauty of AbleTrend. No trade zone there, went sideways. No trade zone there, went sideways. No trade zone in here was choppy and sideways. When the rest of the non-AbleTrend indicator world and non-AbleTrend algorithm users are trading, well, they're going to get chopped up. They're going to went choppy and sideways. But that's the beauty. On real choppy sideways times, we'll definitely have losing trades. That's for sure. I can guarantee you that. But we're not going to get beat up. We're just going to have, a smaller amount of losing trades. And that's, to me, the biggest value in AbleTrend. Now, we actually had a winning trade here, but it was during the dead zone, which we don't like. But I've got to say something. The dead zone's been shortened because of this, nice volatility we've had in the market. Normally, we would say, I'm just using East Coast times, between 12:30 and 2 o'clock. It's really been just 1 hour of the dead zone between 12:30 and 1:30. We've had some nice little trades like, 10 to 2, quarter to 2, 20 to 2, right in that area. So as I mentioned last week, if you see the triple confirmation, actually this is quadruple confirmation, and it's above the red X's. So you've broken above resistance. I love when that happens. You've got the red dot, blue bar. That means it's going up. You've got a 1 minute dot. That means it's going up. You've got a 2 minute dot. You've got a 3 minute dot. They're all screaming at us that it's going to go up, and you're above the red resistance X's. You've got 5 things in favor and nothing against it. I'm saying it's going to go higher. Well, let me just let me check it even more. Triple confirmation on the 3-9 chart, which is a higher time frame. So it's just piled on with the charts, the algorithms screaming at us to get long because we've got 6 things in our favor, screaming at us, this is going higher. So if it's a little before, the dead zone ends and you've got that much in your favor, Certainly. I mean, I jump all over it. I mean, for sure. And don't even think about exiting the trade when you still have blue bars. Blue means the algorithm is saying you're still in an uptrend. Stay in it. You're good to go. And then here's your two greens, and we're stopped out on this green bar right there because your stop goes 1 point under the two green bars in a row. So we're in at about 25, and then we're out at 40. I mean, that's 15 points, which equals $300. So that'd be a nice one to pick up right there. Definitely a nice one to pick up right there. Okay, now we had a losing trade right here. You know, point those out too. We don't cherry pick only the winners, because that's cheating. Won't happen here. Right in here. Oh, also the just as an added bonus, of course you had the tick chart in our direction too. But right in here, you've got a sweet spot, and the tick agrees right at about 1401. So I'm going to say right about in here. Let's call it 1402. Right in there, there's a tick chart agreement and a sweet spot, and we gave back 5 points on that trade because 6 or 7 minutes later, you get the red bar, the red dot. Plus, you were stopped out too. So, you know, that was a losing trade right there. And we had another losing trade. Here it was. Triple confirmation sell signal right there. Stop loss is going to go 1 point above the top of the red bar, which was about six points away. And we'd be stopped out right about in here. So we gave back 6 points on that trade. Still, you know, great day overall, but we gave back twice we gave back 5 or 6 points. Then we, of course, we had a real nice big winning trade right in here. Now, not going to take it on this red bar. That's a 20-point bar, and we don't get in on long bars, but certainly fine to get in on the next bar. Nothing wrong with that. Now it wasn't quite long, but that's okay. It was like 12 points or so. However, we don't even think about putting the stop up here. Of course, we just put 1 point above the top of the red bar. So we're long at 25, and down we go, and we get those beautiful protective red dots above the price. Love when we get those dots above the price, because now we can breathe easy. We are safe. Anything under the red dots means stay short. You're safe. We're not going to touch any of these green bar stops because we're only in profit like, I don't know, 6 or 7 points. So we're waiting, we're waiting for a move. There we go. We get a nice move down there. There's 2 greens. Now we shorted it at about 23, we'll call it. There's 2 greens here at 10, so that's 13 points profit. So the stop goes 1 point above the top of the green bar. Doesn't hit it. We get a bonus. The trade keeps going lower. So if we're watching this live, we're short right about there. We're short 23. Down we go. Dots come in. We're looking for either 2 greens now or lower dots. Okay. Price goes low, and now we move the stop down to 20. Now I'm looking for 2 greens. Got a lot of money in this trade right now. It's a big winning trade. Up there's our 2 greens at 99.09. So we're going to put the stop at 11. Don't get hit. Keeps going lower. Wow, this is sweet. Now the dots are coming lower, so we've got to move the stop low. Now we move the stop to 10. Second higher red dot. Look at this. Oh, there's 2 greens. Stop goes 1 point above. So stop goes at 6.06. We're taken out. So we're finally stopped out at 6, but we shorted at 23. We made 16. Let's call it 17. Let's just call it 15 points. It's another $300 on top of what we're already winning. Obvious no trade zone, and that's your 4 o'clock New York close, which is 1 o'clock Pacific. Great day today. Great day. Great week. Oof. Yesterday was choppy. Only maybe about a break-even day, and maybe even a small loss. But wow, Monday was fantastic. So was Tuesday. and then again today. Well, we'll see what tomorrow brings. Who knows? Could be a losing day. We don't know. Nobody knows. But you got to be there. You got to take the trades. And you got to be like a robot. No thinking, no emotion. Just take the trades. Follow the rules. You will win if you follow the rules. Again, there'll be losing days, but you will win overall. Quite a lot, too. Mike, we had quad confirmation, but the bar was way too to take the short. Was it wrong to enter halfway up the bar? That's not one of the rules, Michael. As you know, I've never said move, do anything halfway up a bar. However, there's certainly, if you feel comfortable with that, you certainly can do that because AbleTrend is a tool that you can use any way you want. There's no has to be this way and this is the only way and everything else you're a loser. Tweak any rules that you or anybody wants, certainly fine. You can tweak any rules you like, and that's perfectly fine to do that halfway. Perfectly fine. Any rule you want to kind of tweak a little bit, nothing wrong with that. Just, test it out, research it, and if you feel, and stick with it, and that'll work just fine. But we would wait, as you know, you've been probably in every one of these webinars for a couple of years now. We go to a little shorter, wait for a little shorter bar, give it a little room to breathe, but nothing wrong with putting it halfway if you feel comfortable with that. Absolutely nothing wrong at all. I find that it would be, I find that I like better waiting for the next bar, like right here, although you're, a mile away from the dots. Remember, the further you are above the blue dots, meaning the price is here, and the dots are there, way down there, the greater the chance it's going to pull back to the dot. The same way, the further you're under the red dot, the greater the chance, like right here, it's going to go back to the dot. So, you got to be careful. You can't have it both ways. It's going to, you might risk missing it, but you kind of really can't. There's no way of having it both ways. I know what you're saying. You kind of want it both ways, but I get it. But I think check the 3-9 chart, check your tick. That's why you got these other charts here for added confirmation. It's like a puzzle. Trading is a puzzle. You just got to put the pieces together, and you have to stick with it. You got to be disciplined and unemotional, and that's the hardest part. Believe me, I know. But stick with AbleTrend. You will win. You just have to keep repeatedly do it every day. That's why I don't cherry pick charts. If you notice, for 10 years I've been showing the same chart. The NASDAQ 1 minute, 2 minute. Well, the 1-3 chart we've added the 2 minute. So the NASDAQ 1 minute, 3 minute chart. If I cherry pick, well, I just say, oh, what's the best one today? Oh, I'll show the crude oil chart today. I'll show the S&P mini. Or I'll show a Forex chart. Well, yeah, anybody can cherry pick. I wouldn't want that done to me. So, cool stuff. Yep, good job, Michael. All right, well, I hope that was helpful. You have our full support here. Always stay in touch with anything I can help with. So, let me know how you're doing. I'm always glad to help. Thanks for being here and hope that I was helpful. You're welcome, James. Thanks, everyone, for being here, and have a good night.